Good morning, Monday morning. Walking Ben to school right now. Today is going to be a busy day, but got to start it off with getting the kids to school. And we're walking because I don't have a car at the moment, but that's going to change later today, so stay tuned. Benjamin, you got anything to say to the vlog? No?
I don't.
Follow my channel?
I guess, yeah.
Alright. Be sure to check out Pirate Ben. I'll leave a link in the description down below. Check out Ben's channel. And yeah, we're going to get him to school, so we'll leave you guys out. Alright, well, I got Ben all dropped off and in school. I'm walking back now. It's about a mile to his school, so for me, a 2-mile round trip. Not too bad. Good little workout in the mornings. Obviously, I don't do it every morning, but don't have a car for certain days. Right now, again, we're going to be getting a vehicle for the week, actually for 2 weeks later today, so y'all will be included in on that. But it's windy and chilly this morning in North Texas, so it's nice but a little bit chilly. Always a beautiful sunrise here in Texas. But I'm gonna get back to the house and we'll go through the rest of the day. All right, so the kids are all at school. Time to sit down in the little office studio space here and get to work. So got a lot going on, obviously. Everything from video content to web content. So I'm working on a video for Texas Garage. I need to get that finished today. I need to start uploading some of the footage from vlog stuff. Had a vlog already post this morning. Have some other web content, building out some web app stuff for another company. Got to get a lot of that done today. I've already mentioned a couple of times they're dropping off a car today, so probably tomorrow morning I'll go out and do a quick look video with that, and I'll bring you guys along to do more of this vlog. It'll probably all be wrapped up in the same vlog. But yeah, I got a busy day coming up. Hopefully it'll be productive. Let's get to it. And they just texted me and said the car was here. All right, and there it is. It's the new 4Runner, the army green. Nice looking. It's definitely going to be a good ride for what it's going to be used for. I'll get more into that later. But at least we got a vehicle in the driveway, and I'll be able to go pick up Ben from school in it, and I'll probably take you along with that. But I'll show you more around it tomorrow morning when I do the quick look video. But I got to get back in and get some more work. All right, so this camera sucks a bit for vlogging, and case in point, the whole auto exposure stuff. Not the greatest on this camera. Pretty dark right now, but I got it on all manual, so that's why. But I do like the whole setup. It's a light camera. The microphone on top is pretty nice and not too large. And then I got the little tripod with a ball head underneath so I can set it down, and it's nice to hold and you can extend out pretty decent. But this nice 10 to 18 lens will let you hold it in tight, and then if you need to zoom in for dramatic effect, give that whole Casey Neistat super close face. I don't like that but just playing around right now. I need to get back to work. All right, it's that time. Heading out of the house. Gonna go pick up the boy. All right, and just in case it's at all unclear onto why I'm driving this vehicle, how I got the vehicle or whatever, I do have 4 YouTube channels. 2 of those YouTube channels are about cars, about vehicles. One of them is a review channel. One of them is about automotive news. So manufacturers give me these vehicles to drive and test out. I almost always have a review vehicle every week. Every week you get a new vehicle. This one is a special loan that's going to be 2 weeks because I'm going to an event next week. So again, just in case you were curious about the hype or whatever around this 4Runner, this isn't a vehicle that I just bought and they dropped off or anything. This is just a vehicle that I am testing and reviewing for a couple of weeks, and we'll shoot a couple of videos with it while we have it. And again, if you're interested, this is one of the YouTube channels. That's 2 of the YouTube channels are about automotive, and the 3rd YouTube channel is all about media. It's about filming. It's about YouTube. It's about web design and stuff like that. All about my other passion, which is filming these videos and stuff like that. So yeah, 4 channels, plus I edit videos for my son's channel, which again, we link down in the description. Lots of video content. But again, that's why there hasn't been a lot of content on this channel, because I just didn't have the time. I don't necessarily have more time now, but I have had the itch to just do more vlogging like this. So hence the vlog starting back over. And yeah, parked now at these schools, so the kids should be getting out anytime now. Gonna put you guys away again, but this time I'm not gonna be coming back for you until tomorrow morning when we go out and film a little bit with this vehicle, and I'll explain a little bit more there. But until tomorrow. All right, so we're in a just kind of open parking lot out here close to the house. Got some of the equipment that we're going to be using for this. Again, just a quick shoot. Just going to get some shots around the car, inside the car, get some shots of driving the car. And these videos are just meant to be a quick look at what we're driving. And not a full review, so they're a lot easier to shoot and edit. And then I take some of that B-roll also and insert that into the actual full edit, so that on review days I actually have less work to do. So it works out for me. But I'm gonna get all this stuff set up and get going. All right, and one of the things we're using is the slide pod. This is a little monopod, but also a slider. You can get some really good steady sliding shots with this thing. We have the Canon EOS R, which we talked about before, and we have the 100mm macro EF lens. So I have that adapted to the RF with this adapter that also has an ND filter in it, and that's great for this harsh sunlight here in Texas. And one of the reasons why I want to upgrade is because I want a body with internal NDs and much better dynamic range, which a cinema camera like the C70 would give me. We'll talk more about that in a few. Let me get some of these shots done. All right, so we got a lot of detail shots now. It's time to change the lens, get some establishing shots, some talking head shots, and then we'll move into the interior and drive it back to the house and get some B-roll shots of driving while we're doing that. This thing is a bit sketchy as a monopod, just having it standing up on its own with that much money on top of it, but I trust it sometimes. ND filter, always good. Lens hood. All right, let's make this happen. So now we do have the 24-105 lens up on here, and again, we're just going to get some more establishing shots, some wider shots, and be wide enough to be inside and still get me good. I only have this one microphone right now, so I got to switch it over to this one for the talking heads. But again, let's get into it. And actually, unfortunately, we're gonna have to do more of this later. I have a meeting pretty soon, so I got to get back to the house for that meeting. And then I actually just sold some lenses on Facebook Marketplace, so I need to get those, make sure they're cleaned up, get them in a box, and make sure to meet the guy in time. Making money is definitely more important than just doing this. And then we'll come back out and do some more quick look stuff a little bit later. But that's how it goes sometimes. Just ran out of time, probably because I'm spending too much time talking to you guys instead of actually doing work. Of course, one thing that we can do is get some driving shots while we're going back to the house, so I'm definitely going to be doing that. All right, we got the lenses right here that we're selling. It's 3 Rokinon Cine lenses. Love these things, but I haven't been using them that often recently, and I really wanted to get rid of some equipment that I wasn't using because I really want to buy a new camera. So I have the 85 millimeter Cine lens, the 20 mil Cine lens, and the 35. And again, I just sold those on Facebook. So I'm going to run them up to meet a guy in a parking lot, and hopefully he enjoys those. And like I said, busy day. Alright, so the whole point and the theme of this entire video is based around cameras, kind of, the camera gear that I use, and I wanted to rant about some of the camera gear that's come out that I'm excited about, and what I'm thinking about upgrading to. I already alluded to kind of the reasons that I wanted to upgrade, and kind of showed you the scenarios that I've used my camera most of the time, and how those would help upgrading. And I've been shooting the vlog mostly in on the SL2. The first vlog I shot was on the iPhone, which I'm shooting on right now to show you this. The second vlog I shot was completely on the SL2, and I think the SL2 does a wonderful job for vlogging. You can hook the microphone up there. I have this small little tripod with the ball mount that can hook up and do just fine for holding it up for you. I've got the 10 to 18 millimeter lens, which does a really good job at getting a wide field of view for you. It's not as versatile as a lot. You don't get a crazy depth of field, but for a lot of vlogging stuff, I don't think it's that necessary unless you're getting some way better production out of your vlog, which I would if this was more popular, but obviously it's not right now. But if you're watching this, you should subscribe, because hopefully it will grow in popularity. And we're talking a lot about camera equipment a lot, and kind of just following through my job where I'm using a lot of this stuff. So let's talk about the cameras that I've been looking at, that I've been weighing, and options, the reason that I'm selling some of this gear. So I do own a Blackmagic micro cinema camera. It's pretty cool. I've rigged it all out and everything. I've used it for quite a few shoots, but it's not 4K. It's the form factor's a little bit too small for me. The buttons on it and the menu system are horrendous to use. The raw video is good and the ProRes is amazing, but I have a little bit harder time editing those. And I know the Blackmagic, the new B-RAW Blackmagic codec is much nicer, and they have much nicer colors now. So obviously one of the big things that I was looking at first was the Blackmagic 4K camera, the Pocket 4K. than the Blackmagic 6K. The biggest thing holding me up at getting either one of those, I do like the 4K, and out of the 4K and 6K, I would probably get the 4K, even though it's a micro four thirds. I do have a couple of micro four thirds lenses because of that, that micro cinema camera is micro four thirds, and I have the adapter for EF glass. But if I get the 6K and it's EF lenses, that's basically all I can put on there, and that's not a huge deal. But I think for the money, I would just go ahead and get the 4K and then kind of save up to get something else later. Or I could just go ahead and get something better now. But I was looking at the 4K and 6K. Out of those two, I like the 4K, I think, a little bit better just for my workflow. I was looking at these Z cams. I think they're really cool sounding. I like the form factor better. I like the square form factor. That's one of my biggest hangups on jumping on a pocket Blackmagic pocket camera, is because of the form factor. It's big, it's DSLR like, which isn't a huge issue, but it's that wider form factor. The screen is fixed, which is not a huge issue either. But I do like that boxy form factor that you can add on to as long as the menu systems are really good. So I really like, probably the perfect camera for what I'm doing is that new red Komodo. Of course, it's not technically out yet. All the models that are out there are pre-production kind of things, test cameras, which if I had the money for, I would still jump and get. But that's about $7,000, and when it comes out, it's going to be around $6,000, which I don't mind spending that kind of money. But for the specs of it, it's still 6K, but you don't get a whole lot of options for slow-mo, and when you do, it crops in a lot. But I do like the fact that it has the RF mount. It has the screen on the top that you could actually use as a screen, so I wouldn't even have to necessarily add a extra monitor to it. If some of the things are critical and I'm doing some more run and gun shooting, I probably would, but for a lot of the static shots that I get or things like I was doing today, I think that top screen would be just fine, and then you could mount it on the slide pod or a gimbal or something along those lines and be just fine. So I really like the Komodo, and if the Blackmagic 6K was in the Komodo form factor, had an RF lens and a little screen on top, maybe they would make it a new micro cinema camera. Hint, hint, Blackmagic. Micro cinema camera version 2, red Komodo clone, with the 6K sensor from the Pocket 6K and an RF mount. Love it. But that's not happening yet, and if it ever does happen, I don't know, and I'm looking at getting one soon. So then, of course, Canon came out with the R6 and R5, and I really didn't want another just DSLR. I have the R. I know the R6 and R5 are both going to be upgrades to the R, and then, of course, now we hear all the issues with the overheating and stuff like that, and maybe some of it seems overblown. I've seen a lot of people now having no problems with the overheating, doing just regular vlog style stuff. But the autofocus seems to be a little bit off on some of them, and just some other issues here and there. And I don't want to spend that much money on getting another just DSLR or mirrorless camera. I want a cinema camera. So those are out, but Canon was teasing the C70 and C50, and of course now the C70 specs have been released, and at first I was very skeptical about it. I didn't think that it would be worth the money, but from all the features that I've seen in all the promo videos and stuff that we've seen so far, it seems like it might be the camera for me. I'm really excited about it. I really want to get it in my hands and test it. Of course, it doesn't come out till November, but I'm obviously accustomed to Canons. I have the SL2, I have the R. Before that, I had the 6D. I've had the 5D Mark II. I've had a T3i. So a lot of the cameras that I've owned have been Canons, and I really like the ecosystem. I like the colors straight out of camera. This one has C-Log 2 and 3. I think the biggest letdown there is that you don't get that C-RAW light that the C200 gets. So I was also looking at a C200, maybe the C200B, where it's completely stripped down, but then it's a little bit too bulky for most of the stuff that I want to use it for. I really want that smaller form factor, even in a cinema camera. So something that can be stripped down. That's why I like that boxy form factor of the Komodo, because you can strip it down and have just that box, or you can build it up and have a bigger camera, but it doesn't necessarily require you to build it up like the micro cinema camera would do. So that's a lot of rambling. I really do like the C70. I'm interested to know on how the C70 versus the C50 is going to go and the price difference there. I might not need as much power as the C70 has, but everything, all the specs that it did say, I was super excited about, and I don't want to jump into another camera system that's going to be just a little bit of an upgrade. I could actually get an Atomos Ninja 5 or whatever and be able to record 10-bit ProRes from the EOS R, and I think that would be a big upgrade to the EOS R. But having that form factor, the new camera with indies built in, and everything, I think would be a really good option for me. But that's my thoughts on cameras and what I have, what I'm looking at. I'm gonna have to make a decision by the end of the year, and maybe I'll get the C70, maybe not. We'll have to see. I'm interested to know what you guys think. If you're big camera guys, let me know what you think between the Blackmagic 4K, 6K, the Z cams, just going all out and getting the Komodo, or that C70. Or is there another camera that I'm just completely forgetting that I really should look at there? So leave me comments down below, let me know. But that'll probably wrap this vlog up. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. I know it took a long time to get to this main segment of it, but hopefully you guys did enjoy and stick through it. If you got any recommendations for me or comments, please leave them below. Hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're looking for more vlog content like this. And as always, guys, thanks for watching.